So I'm going to go ahead and talk about your test. The first, and this is it. So what you're seeing is what it is. So the first section is vocabulary. It says, ¿En qué parte de la universidad? You complete each of the sentences with the most logical phrase. So you pull down this drop-down list, and it's going to be the same list for each one. So you can see that I'm keep pulling up the same list. So you just decide, Jorge y Juan Luis comen pizza, and then you pull down that list and you pick which of those places would they be most likely to eat pizza. Well, that's your, yeah. Okay, so you'll do that for all of number 1, and there, I don't know, it looks like there's maybe about 10 of them. Then you've got ¿Dónde está? Okay, your classmate wants to see how well you know the location of buildings on the university campus. Based on the picture below, decide whether the following statements are cierto or falso. So you're going to be looking at this picture, and then they're going to ask you stuff like La biblioteca Fuentes está al lado de la librería. So what they're going to be using are your prepositions like next to, in between, and so forth. So you'll have to keep looking at this picture to see if these statements are true or not. And it might be in your best interest to like take a print screen of that picture and stick it in something else so that you can look at the picture, or print it out so that you can look at the picture at the same time. Anyway, let's keep going. ¿Qué hace Marta? Marta is a typical busy university student. Listen to the description of what she usually does during the week. Then decide whether each of the following statements is cierto or falso. So you'll just listen, you'll press play, and you'll listen to it as many times as you need to in order to determine whether the statements below are true, false, or not mentioned. Okay, so no surprises so far. Here we've got ir and hacer, which were 2 irregular verbs that we learned. Ir means to go, right? And it's to go to a place or going to do something in the future, and hacer is to do or to make. So you will read this paragraph, decide whether you need to put an ir or hacer, and then conjugate it correctly for whoever the subject is of your sentence. Here we've got estar, and it's just a star. So you complete all of these sentences with a star, conjugating it correctly. Okay. The next section is choosing between ser and a star, which is one of the last things that we did. So you'll read through this paragraph, decide whether you need ser or star, and then conjugate it correctly. All right, then we've got las actividades y los edificios. You're going to complete each sentence with the most logical word. So there's various statements, and then you're going to have over here the same list all the way through, and it just lists different places that are on your college campus. So where would you go to do each of these things? Mario mira pinturas y esculturas where? And that's, you don't have to answer it right now, but so you would answer them where? In one of those places, you pick which one, and you keep going through the list. Okay. And then the last section, you can see it's not a very long test. The last section is just choosing between ser and ir. Remember, ser means to be and ir means to go, either going somewhere or going to do something in the future. So you'll read those sentences below, decide whether you would use ser or ir, plug it in, and then conjugate it correctly. And that's all of it.